Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaura Vani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Tasya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone may kindly fold their hands and repeat the following two short mantras. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Om Surabhyaya Namaha. Om Surabhyaya Namaha. Om Surabhyaya Namaha. Om Surabhyaya Namaha. Mukam karoti vachalam tvang om langayate girim yakripat maham bande Sri Gurum Dinataranam yakripat maham bande Sri Gurum Dinataranam. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Now some of you who have come here may not know where you have come. By this I mean, actually we are all fortunate to get an opportunity to assemble here today on the invitation of the owner, or the caretaker maybe. Not really the owner. The owner, they're on the altar, Lord Jagannath and Gornitai. So, it's only quite recently that I actually came in contact with, where is he? Rasa Kalpataru Guru. Maybe he's working behind the scenes. Yeah. So we are coming, for those who may not know, to what they call a housewarming ceremony. And it's the family of, just so that we know who the host is, you know. Come here. He's the host, by the way, for those who may not know. So you've already moved in the house, huh?
No, we haven't moved.
Haven't moved in.
Today we have, from today we moved.
From today. So it's not every day that we get an opportunity to walk into a brand new house. So we want to thank you for inviting us to your home, and we'll let you continue doing what you're doing. Actually, I visited Gaura village, but when it was completely vacant, makes a big difference. so many homes have come up, and more will also be coming up. It's very inspiring to see more and more families settling here in Sridham, Mayapur. And for me, it's all very good news because I'm planning a Gurukul. Families mean children, and there's a very important essay written by our founder Acharya. I think many of you may not have read it, or some of you may not be familiar with that essay. It's not very clear.
This is we've just gone for an upgrade. How many have heard about the essay written by Srila Prabhupada called Gita Nagari? Gita Nagari. Don't be shy, raise your hand. Okay. Wow, just look around. Not many have raised their hand. Yeah. It's a very important essay that I actually would like to maybe speak about a little bit because we're giving some courses on Gita Nagari right now. For those who may not know, I'm actually the neighbor of this village. It's very interesting actually. There's different communities, and it's probably even now and may become even more difficult to keep up with the pace of how Mayapur is unfolding and developing. So not too far from here, maybe 5 minutes, there's, of course, everyone I think knows who's been there for a long time, Rasamrita Purish, right? And then Jalangi Dham. So there's an unfolding community called Nandigram. Who's heard about Nandigram? One person. Nandigram is another community. And coming back to Gita Nagari, so Gita Nagari is a very wonderful essay written by Srila Prabhupada way back in 1956 in his Back to Godhead magazine. And in that essay, Srila Prabhupada explains that our first activity, our first not exactly project, but our priority in the village of Gita Nagari will be to have a temple that Prabhupada called Parthasarati temple. And then Srila Prabhupada explained how once the temple is manifest, our immediate concentration will be to develop educational facilities for our residents, in particular Gurukula, Gita Pachala, that with the name Gita Pachala Gurukula in his essay of Gita Nagari. Actually, we know that Mayapur Dham, Navadvip, Mayapur Navadvip, Sridham Mahaprabhu was an educational hub. Isn't it? It was a place of brahmanas. And we all know the story of Digvijay who came to challenge the local brahmanas, and then of course he was defeated by Divai. So Mayapur, we're still in the unfolding stage of Mayapur. Just a couple of days ago, I was having the good fortune of being at the Sri Mayapur International School. I had visited before, but just to show how things are still in the making, the Sri Mayapur International School, I came to know, has yet to find its permanent place. It's in the making. There are many things that are, we are a young movement, hardly 50 years. Well, we celebrated actually 2016, the Golden Jubilee of our society. But we're a very young movement, which means that actually there are many opportunities for all of us. Many opportunities to help develop, help manifest Srila Prabhupada's vision, Srila Prabhupada's dream, Srila Prabhupada's mission for spreading Krishna consciousness. And definitely Sridham Mayapur plays a central role for this to happen. Because it is, well, we all know it is the international, world headquarters of the Krishna consciousness movement. Already so many hundreds, thousands actually, of devotees. They come actually throughout the year, especially at Mayapur time. We are part of an ongoing revolution in consciousness, actually, that is taking place amidst so many other revolutions, amidst a very chaotic situation in the world today. It is in many ways making it very difficult. Prabhupada explained, whenever there is a lot of adharmic activities, a lot of lamanya activities, this creates uneasiness and difficulties naturally for devotees. But we have to take it as a challenge, and we have to remain very clear and very confident that this mission of Krishna consciousness that Srila Prabhupada has introduced in the Western world is definitely here to stay. In the early days of the Hare Krishna movement, many people were wondering, it was like the passing phase, because so many different groups were there in the early days. But although we are still evolving as a society, we're still having to learn and having to adjust in so many ways. We should know that, Srila Prabhupada's movement, Krishna consciousness movement, is here to stay. All of us, by some great fortunate we are part of this great movement. So I'd like to, coming to Gaura village is giving us some idea of how Mayapur is developing. Some devotees express sometimes some concern. I mean, Robert actually wanted that we have 50,000 residents in Mayapur. We're not there yet. And I don't know if 50,000 residents will be able to live in such homes as we would see. So, very important to understand Prabhupada's vision for the whole world and also the vision for Mayapur. And I would say that especially for those who have chosen or who are contemplating on making Mayapur their permanent residence, which is of course very good, very much desirable, and very much in keeping with Srila Prabhupada's desire. And he gave that number, 50,000 residents. Anyone know how many we have now?
7,500. 7,500, 8,000.
Yeah, close to about approximately 8,000 residents here and there in the different places. One aspect of the Mayapur development which possibly has yet to be maybe taken up or has yet to manifest, and that I can maybe relate to that a bit more due to my particular engagement within the society, is creating opportunities. As a matter of fact, just about a week back, a group of devotees from Mayapur came to discuss with me about this other aspect or other dimension in which families could settle here in Mayapur. Basically, I'm trying to underline or to stress or introduce this whole I guess you could call it agrarian lifestyle. We need to keep in mind, we need to know actually that Vedic culture is primarily an agrarian-based culture. And agrarian-based culture means daily, closely, intimately connected with cows and land. When we speak of agrarian culture, we should immediately think of Vrindavan. Vrindavan, where Krishna and Balaram performed their pastimes. This is, you could say, the perfection of what agrarian culture is all about. And we have received this mandate from our founder, Acharya Srila Prabhupada, to actually, especially, I would say, demonstrate, live this particular lifestyle. We have a bit of a challenge here at Sridham Mayapur because number one, it's a place of pilgrimage where so many people come, which is good, which is natural and expected. And also, in different ways, devotees over the years have established themselves, and we have different, villages and nagars and like there's Gaura, there's Gaura village, not to be confused. Sometimes people may confuse. But what we have yet, I would say, to manifest, and that's like a major challenge, is manifesting a village, actual village community, Mayapur village. Mostly we hear about Mayapur city, isn't it? Mayapur city. Okay, but what about village? Mayapur village, where actually we will have devotees both from India and from foreign countries as well, who would like to permanently be part of Mayapur town, but who would prefer, and maybe that is the only way they could reside in Mayapur, by having some piece of land somewhere within a community of devotees, where their main activity would be learning to live off the land. Like, you've heard the name farmer? Yeah. We need devotee farmers. And you know, not many devotees are thinking about it. Just recently, one of our devotees, who is connected with, we have a ministry in India. Okay, real quiz. Following in your footsteps. Real quiz. Everyone likes quiz, especially children. Small children, big children. Here in India, we have two ministries, two national ministries. Now, if you know the answer, you can only say what is one of those ministries, not both, so that you can give a chance to somebody else. What are the two ministries we have here in India? You have to raise your hand, can't you? If you think you know, or better if you actually do know, we have two national ministries. I'm not talking about the government. I'm talking about ISKCON. Within ISKCON, we have two national ministries. Okay,
Education.
huh?
Education.
Ministry of Education. Actually, we have I believe, a department, but there's no, to my knowledge at least, there's no national ministry of education, although we have a global ministry of education. But I do know that recently, maybe a couple of years ago, some devotees in the different, there are four divisions, for those who may not know. India is divided, ISKCON India, under the Bureau, is divided into four divisions. And I believe each division does have maybe a representative for the Department of Education, because education is important. But no, we're still looking for two ministries here. Yes? Yes, very good. We have a Ministry of Cow Protection and Agriculture. She wants to play with the mic. Yes. And how many ministers do we have? There used to be one actually. Now there are four. Unless it's changed recently, I don't know. Now there's a second ministry, and that ministry, everyone in Mayapur should know, because the office of that ministry happens to be in Sridham, Mayapur. Raise your hand. Okay. Yeah. What's it actually called? It's actually called IDDM. I think many will probably have a little plug for him. IDVM means ISKCON Daiva Varnashram Ministry. And they've been here in Mayapur since how long? Many years. That's very big. You've been here many years also. 2009, approximately. 2009 is when the ministry was established, and shortly after, they have been given, they have a room in the, yes. Used to be called the Long Building, still is actually, but the Chakra Building. You know the room number?
Yes, but I didn't tell it.
No. What was the room? 127. I always get mixed up actually between 127 and 137. In any event, it's there. Now, why I'm mentioning this, because recently, especially, one of the, there are two, what is called deputy ministers for the ministry of Maharashtra, India. And one of them actually is here in Mayapur, residing since probably about a year back. His name is Venugopal, so and quite recently, maybe in the last just 2 months, he was actually asked by the Mayapur coordinators to be involved in helping in agriculture. And he's he's taken it really to heart because he's in the field practically every day. He comes from a village where his father was a farmer, so you could say he's the son of a farmer. And he's actually doing farming work. It's not that he's going to do this for the rest of his life, but he has not done it for a long time, but just to get to know and to meet and interact with those involved with farming here in Mayapur. See, farming, agriculture is described, and Papa mentions also, agriculture is the noblest profession. I'm trying to inspire some of you. Farming has traditionally been the profession for the majority of people actually in the world. Because especially a place like India has still how many villages? It used to have close to 700,000, 7 lakhs villages. And actually, it still has actually maybe 600,000, 6 lakhs, a bit more than 6 lakhs. But there used to be, maybe going back 200 years, before the British came actually, before colonization, there used to be 7 lakhs Gurukulas in India. Not 1, not 100, not 1,000, 7 lakhs. Practically every village in India. So, one of the, part of the vision and one of the objectives of our founder Acharya, and I hope some of you know this, if not, I'm trying to get that point across. Srila Prabhupada, he wanted that in order for this Krishna consciousness movement to actually, number one, be relevant and be successful, to bring about the needed changes in society. we as a society and we as individuals within the society need to reintroduce this agrarian lifestyle. What does it mean to reintroduce agrarian lifestyle? Definitely part of that is that to become farmers. Because as a matter of fact, in the seventh canto, how many have recently read, or at any time, maybe, the seventh canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, section where Narada Muni speaks about farming. Narada Muni actually speaks about Varnashrama, and beginning from the 11th chapter, the last 5 chapters of the 7th canto are extremely important for our devotee householders especially. Because in that chapter, which is entitled The Perfect Society, the 4 social divisions, Narada Muni explains about the importance of this lifestyle farming. And in one purport, Srila Prabhupada mentions that actually 80% of our householders, the vast majority of our householders, I'm not talking, Prabhupada was not only talking about ordinary people who are not devotees, but also those within our movement who are not, let's say, frontline preachers. Majority of householders are meant to make a living from the activity of Krishi production. As a matter of fact, when we introduce, which we have not yet done, at least not on the scale that we should, we as a society, we are meant to reintroduce Vedic culture by propagating specific instructions in that respect, by introducing the traditional Vedic curriculum. Vedic curriculum is what those who are fortunate to go to Gurukula and those who are, or I guess will be, those who will be fortunate to go to Varnashram College, they will be introduced to this Vedic curriculum. Some of that, of course, is existing within our society, but mostly and mainly for Brahmanas. So within this Vedic curriculum is called actually Chatur Vidya, 4 sciences, 4 standard Vedic sciences. And one of those sciences is, or should be, of special importance to householders, because it has to do with money. It has to do with economics. So the science of economy, the science of economics, according to Vedic culture, is actually based on Krishi production. So we are having, actually since the beginning of Kartik, about a week ago, we started, and as I mentioned, I'm living very close by. It's a walking distance actually. And it's on the north side for those who are not having too much trouble with their directions. I don't know if north is that way now. I think it is. Where's north? It comes to compass. North, down that side. That's the entrance, yeah, because Zolangi is on that side. Zolangi is on the south side. And that's where. That's where. Anyways, we are directly north it's called Varnashram College Foundation, where we started giving courses. We have some students from a few countries who are here, and we're gradually introducing these Vedic sciences, these Vedic subjects. And I very much want to encourage the devotees to read Srila Prabhupada's instructions, especially. We have some books, eh? Yeah. Find out where you can set up a book table. We brought some books just for display, and yeah, that's good. Natural counter is a book counter. So we have extra of these books. These are not for sale today. I have not come here to sell my goods, but at least to speak about them, and they were available at our place. Now, I met a few devotees who are here, but actually I don't know that many devotees who are here today. But I want to encourage the devotees give me one of the books actually. Did we speak about Varnashram? I hope you didn't forget. How many have seen or heard about this very important book called Speaking About Varnashram? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. We're scoring very low today. This book is not my book. It's a compilation of Srila Prabhupada's different statements relating to Varnashram, whether it's Gurukula education, whether it's farming, cows, economy, politics, Varnashram college. So many important subjects actually are in this book. We have translated in a few languages, and I very much encourage devotees actually to get a copy of this. Not today, whenever the opportunity is there. Srila Prabhupada created this International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Okay, we also have a photo album that can be displayed there. It's a photo album about Gurukula. So, okay, so the point being that Srila Prabhupada created this International Society for Krishna Consciousness. We've all heard this phrase, he built the house in which the whole world can live. So, we should all endeavor to understand more and more deeply, more and more clearly Srila Prabhupada's vision, and definitely for those who are especially staying here in Mayapur, or planning to settle in Mayapur, and even for those who are visiting, we should endeavor to help fulfill actually Srila Prabhupada's mission that is actually described as the success for any disciple to understand the instructions, the mood, and the mentality of his spiritual master. And of course, Srila Prabhupada being the founder Acharya, we are hearing from him on a regular daily basis if we are attending Bhagavatam class. Srila Prabhupada remains the Shiksha Guru for every single member of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. We may have other Shiksha Gurus, but he is a very special Shiksha Guru, being the founder of Acharya. And we should draw inspiration. That is why he has left us all of these transcendental literatures. And we should try to help fulfill this most important mission of spreading Krishna consciousness in so many ways. And of course, here in Mayapur, it's a very unique, special place, as we all know. And there are still so many aspects of Mayapur actually to be developed. So, like all of you, I was asked to come here and just be part of this ceremony. I wasn't told to speak on anything in particular, so I don't know if our host has any, and I don't really know what the timing, the schedule is, and I don't see a clock around also, but let me ask a few questions just to know who is here. How many are residents of Sri Mayapur? How many people are living in Mayapur? Can you raise your hand? Okay. How many are visiting? Visiting? Okay. Anything in between? How many would like to that? In the last, actually, from the month of July to September, I was traveling. Krishna was very kind to allow me to travel to about 12 countries. I wasn't just touring now. Somebody can give me that handbill? It's supposed to be here. So I had a theme actually that I was speaking on and presenting this theme, which I'll share with you right now. We have a few extra copies of this. The theme actually is maybe a little hard to see from far. Make Vrindavan villages. Make Vrindavan villages. Or make Mayapur villages. Because Mayapur is known as Gupta Vrindavan, isn't it? So, making villages either in Mayapur or Vrindavan is similar. And we have some devotees whom I visited actually in their countries here today, who are actually taking this 1 month, they have like 1 month Kartik courses. So I just like to introduce them with your kind permission to give you an idea of how in different countries, I would say gradually, a bit slowly, but gradually, Papa used to say, slow but sure. Slow but sure. So I think Varnashram is like that. It's slow, but it has to happen. So we have a few devotees. I'll start with the one who just arrived today. And Devarsi Prabhu, some of you may know him and his good wife. This is Devarsi Prabhu from La France, from France. And actually he's not new to Mayapur because he has stayed in Mayapur before has given courses on Bhakti Shastri, I believe. And so I was visiting actually New Mayapur. He was in New Mayapur as well. And he recently actually was in Mongolia, meeting with devotees and slowly, gradually planting a few seeds. We're all gardeners. Mahaprabhu is the main gardener, and we're trying to assist Mahaprabhu. Would you like to say a few things? Not more than half an hour, yes, actually, can give one second. Is there a portable mic here? Yeah, because I know very little, and probably most of our devotees know very little about Mongolia. So, yeah.
Hare Krishna. Yes, maybe only Sancha know about Mongolia. Yes, I was for 1 month in Mongolia, and I was teaching some course, like ISKCON Disciple course, some introduction to Bhakti Shastri, introduction to congregation, and introduction to Varnashram Dharma. And actually, I realized that many devotees were inquisitive how to become happy.
Everyone should be, huh?
Yeah. And in Mongolia, they have so many animals: cows, camels, sheep, and horses. Very famous the horses. So, and many devotees were telling me, yes, 50 years ago, when they were living in the yurt village, they were taking a lot of milk. This is why I was very interested by that aspect of milk. And many devotees actually, I realize more and more that, like you said, Maharaj, it is gradual but sure. Huh? So it means with Srila Prabhupada books, automatically most of the devotees get married, so we need education, we need school, gurukul, and many devotees prefer to live in a village and in the city, provision like that. And after it's how to become happy as a family member. It's not so easy. But it means that I am realizing more and more in my own life, and also I'm mainly trying to be a teacher, in ISKCON, that more and more devotees have, yes, Srila Prabhupada books, and we study, and after we cannot avoid Varnashram Dharma, cannot avoid in our own life.
Yes.
So I realized that it was very scientific, I can say like that, my stay in Mongolia. And of course I want to go on more.
So probably because, as you mentioned, not too long ago,
Yes.
many people were drinking milk, and therefore the good intelligence comes from. So I'd like to introduce another devotee from Africa, West Africa. I was visiting a country, who knows where Togo is? Togo. Which country is beside Togo? Okay, this is Kalarupa Prabhu, and he, along with some of his close friends, I can briefly mention, are actually reviving or introducing Gita Nagari.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. So I would like first to thank Devarishi Prabhu, who came in Togo and give us a course for Bhakti Shastri. And from that course, Bhakti Shastri course, I found the necessity to take up the Varnashram system and live according to the Varnashram system. It's a very scientific process, and in our country, with Varnashram system, it's very easier to attract students, academic people into the Krishna consciousness system. Otherwise, difficult to preach people. So we started a farm project. We are Gita Nagari, so we are creating a community, a village based on Varnashram system. Hare Krishna.
And yeah, great. You said, Sridham, we were also visiting his, there's a few communities, maybe briefly, you can mention what's happening in, he's from Czech Republic.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. Actually, I would like to invite you all to online speaking group of this book, speaking about Varnashrama.
Wow.
We read actually every Saturday this time, 11 a.m. IST Indian time till 12, 1 hour of reading. Yeah, so everyone who is interested in this online reading of speaking about Varnashrama, 100% Srila Prabhupada's quotes, please come to me after the program and I can
Sign you up.
sign you up.
What's happening in Czech regarding promotion? There's one or two communities. Huh?
Yes, yes. In Czech Republic there are two communities. One of them is quite for a long time, and devotees produce their own grains, their own flour, and it is very appreciated by the also like non-devotees.
And they have cows.
Yes, yes. Some new cows even.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and then let's see. We will now go to Kazakhstan. This is Sanjay. He's come to take the courses. He came last year actually, and just briefly what you're doing and what you're not doing.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, my humble obeisances. I came from Kazakhstan and I came to take that course that Maharaj was told before, 2 Kartik months, because I also want to help to establishing his mission. Because as I see, also as many countries, also in Kazakhstan, we have a farm community in Almaty, big farm, but there are more devotees, a lot of brahmacharis from Russia. They are also coming here, but they don't have as Maharaj mentioned before, some scientific knowledge how to live proper, the chatur, vidya knowledge, etc. So, and I think that knowledge about Varnashram also needed everywhere. So that's why I came here to study under the Guru Maharaj and to help him with his mission. Hare Krishna.
Okay. So now you have to tell Sanatan Gopal, Guru, who is the next speaker, that he can't speak more than 30 minutes. He likes to speak. Don't tell him that.
I will translate.
So yeah, Sanatan Gopal is from Russia, and he's picking up gradually more and more English, but he still is a translator.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, my obeisances. I'm glad to see you, all the shining eyes. I'm glad to you have that opportunity to meet Guru Maharaj.
чем больше я общаюсь с Махараджем, тем больше вижу, что вокруг него все преданные начинают сиять, сиять, сиять.
As more as I speak with Maharaj, I see like a lot of devotees around him becoming more bright.
Я пытаюсь учиться этому Махараджу.
I'm trying for learning how Maharaj is doing that.
Как разрушать структуру Варнаши,
How establish Varnashan culture
как того хотел Шилапрабхупада,
as Srila Prabhupada wanted this.
что преданные жили большими счастливыми семьями.
So to live a whole family of devotees together
И как можно больше воспевали святое имя.
and as much as more chant the holy names
И проповедовали своим примером.
and preach and to preach with their experience examples. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
I will translate for him.
Рагва Пандит,
Raghuva Pandit from Russia.
Yes, Raghava Pandit from Russia.
He's also one of the students of the Varnashram High School. He can speak with you.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I also want to thank you to Guru Maharaj for that we are studying at that Varnashram college now. So as I understand, for 1 month we cannot understand whole things in Varnashram.
Хотел сказать, что у нас, я сам живу в вайшнавском поселении, типа Гаура Village, только под Казани.
And I also wanted to say that I'm also living like the similar Gaura village, but in Russia, it calls city Kazan, under Kazan. And
Вот, и здесь люди очень хорошая атмосфера для развития сельского хозяйства.
and as I understand, in India there are good weather, good atmosphere to develop agriculture.
В России минус 40.
In Russia there are -40.
And he's inviting all of us to this session.
No.
У нас есть несколько общин в соседних республиках, где преданные живут почти независимо от цивилизации.
даже там,
And even we have like a -40, but we have such kind of villages that are living self-sufficient lives.
Да. То есть у них коровы есть,
So they have cows.
там преданный, он жил вообще один в деревне, он пахал один, сам пахал на гряде.
And there was one devotee who was working alone in that village. He had bulls and farm.
После того, когда он мне рассказывал, что когда на реке пашешь, что земля становится как кухня.
And he told for Raghava Pandit that when you are working on the bulls on the farm, the land become as like a how it calls so soft.
И все начинает расти, он просто выращивал овощи, продавал и поддерживал так семью. Он один как бы.
And yes, and he alone was working, growing food and selling, and he was alone. How it calls? So he had a family. Yeah, so he was supporting his family alone, maintaining his family. Yes.
Поэтому он еще распространял книги в всей соседней деревне.
Okay. And he was also distributing Srila Prabhupada's books for his neighbors villages, in the whole villages in Bashkiria, in Tatarstan, Bashkiria. Hare Krishna.
These are some of our students. Okay.
Hare Krishna Maharaj ji, Dhanavad Ram. Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dhanavad Ram to and everyone, pranam to all. under the guidance of Holiness Maharaj, Bhaktirao Maharaj, ISKCON, Daivarnasam is starting college. Those who are interested to participate in the college also join the programs. Now presently, for Radha Madhav Bhog offering, we are cultivating some vegetables, different vegetables, near the Jalini Ghat right side, just half-kilometer distance. There is need of volunteers or devotees to help the cultivation. Anybody having 1 hour time, 2 hour time, 3 hour time, any hours, we are requiring the help of the devotees to involve in the farming. Kindly come and participate in the farming. And also here 108 devotees are taken 10 kattas, 12 kattas only. We are having 600 acres of Radha Madhav agricultural land. Having, don't limit to this 10 kattas, you extend to your help to acres. Acres of land is there, fertile, very good fertile land is there. Kindly come forward and farming vegetables and flowers, beautiful flowers. But sorry, I cannot express my intention in suitable words.
Pretty good. What's your name? Your name?
Sridham. Sridham. Yesterday I also participated. So I'm telling my opinion on that.
Actually, it is very good. You should leave your contact with my secretary, Sanjay, because we are at the college. We are looking, not only we are giving by theory, but practice. So we're looking for places like that where students can, after hearing the theory, they can have a place to actually practice in the field. Yes, actually his point is very good point, that there's a lot of land here in Mayapur. And as a matter of fact, I was mentioning about Mayapur a bit earlier. Are you connected with Mayapur? Yes.
I'm attending because of the classes and
Because more recently, he's actually encouraging families to come to Mayapur, and I heard encouraging them to take up some, land for the purpose of cultivating. And in other words, as was explained a few minutes ago, there's a lot of vacant land, and of course, I think there's an effort, it's a recent effort to actually get more devotees involved, and I think that's very good. And down the line, when and how exactly, difficult to say right now, but we also need to create such kind of communities where the residents will be primarily living off the land, having cows, like a village, isn't it? So, thank you all very much for sharing your experience, your thoughts. Now somebody needs to go and speak to our host to find out what's going on. He's been very quiet. What time is it? 12:15. 10:01. Anyone maybe have any questions or thoughts or something to share? This is your opportunity to speak in a microphone. Yes.
Thank you very much, Maharaj, for giving an opportunity to speak on the mic.
Yes.
Maharaj, it's very nice to hear the importance of Varnashrama, practical aspects. I'm sure it's only the beginning here. I'm already 54 years old. To roll up my dhotis and the sleeves and then get into farming, I'm not sure whether it is practically possible or not. And I'm sure there are many like me here in Mayapur. So how we can get inspiration or how we can participate in this endeavor, Maharaj?
Yes, good question. It's all about making friends. So, yeah, that question I've come across because many of our devotees are a little older and don't quite see themselves behind the bullocks. Regardless of our age or material condition and material situation, I would suggest and encourage actually devotees to learn more about this aspect of Prabhupada's mission. And for example, our Krishna Saran Prabhu was mentioning that he took the initiative some time back to start weekly discussions, or reading rather, and the speaking of Mahasana. The ministry here, which has its office in Mayapur, IDVM ministry, Mahasana ministry. It so happens that many years ago, in the early days when Vinigopal was a brahmachari, and he still is actually, but he was a new brahmachari. He got connected with a project in South India, in the Udupi area. And at that time, the ministry was promoting what is called Varnashram Research Teams, VRT. And this has recently again been revived. It means that devotees who have either interest or curiosity to know more about Varnashram and how they could be participating and involved can form such small groups where simply by associating together, then so many different aspects of our Varnashram can come out. In any village community, it's not everyone, of course, that's going to be behind the plow. There are many different activities that make up the village. For Varnas, some people will be more engaged in political activities, others in organizing, etc. So, more recently, one very major topic that has come up, and we're discussing it more in the classes that we have, ongoing classes for the Varnashram College, is knowing and understanding one's Varna. Who am I? There are, of course, various ways which have been given and explained by our acharyas, including Srila Prabhupada, some of which we find in the essay Gitanagari. But one of the probably more obvious ways in which we can understand more about our nature and how we can fit in, so to speak, is by associating with, and if we can actually live in a community of devotees where the focus is very much in terms of three things. There are three nicely explained actually by grandfather Vishnudev in the Mahabharata. I can give you the reference later on. There are three gifts of nature that he describes as being of utmost importance, absolutely not only important but essential for any nation or any country or any community actually to be successful. Those three gifts of nature begin actually with cows, then land, and then knowledge, cultivation of knowledge. So I would encourage devotees like yourself and anyone for that matter to interact, come together with those who might be at least curious to know, if not fully committed, but at least curious to know about Varnashrama and why Srila Prabhupada gave so much importance and referred to him to this aspect as being 50% of his unfulfilled mission. Visiting communities, we would have, like here in India, a few communities at different stages of development, visiting them, being in contact with people who are more committed, more serious about the subject matter, can help one understand how one can be involved, possibly. Definitely similar to what Abhinava Prabhu has been more recently promoting. That means, devotees living together off the land. One needs to prepare oneself for that. And again, there will be different opportunities for services within that will come up actually within such communities. Community building is one of the topics we will be discussing actually in the coming this second week of our national college. Reading his book and other senior books are also very helpful. And each one of us, by doing these things, we will find ourselves, I would say. We should keep in mind, regardless of who we may be, what our material situation may be, we should at least try to understand how Srila Prabhupada gave this aspect so much of importance in whatever way. Prabhupada did tell us that it will take a few generations for the major changes to take place. So although we would like to see certain changes happen more quickly, to a large extent all of us should know that we are helping to kind of lay the foundation, for our future generation, our future children, who will have more of an opportunity to actually take up this more natural lifestyle that the Varnashram, Daiva Varnashram Dharma is actually advocating. I don't know if that's helpful. Any other, or did anyone find out what's happening with the host?
So we're going to have Damodar Ashtakam,
Okay.
some Kirtan till 1:30.
Okay.
1:30 is Prashad.
Okay.
So,
Okay, yeah, great. Now we know. Now we know what time is Prashad. So when can we start the Gurudharas and they have lamps also? So maybe okay, that's the Sridham So before we start chant Gaura. It would be nice if we have the devotee who can sing it on a harmonium.
There's another question, brother.
Maybe there's a booklet, songbook, if needed. Any volunteers to play the harmonium?
We know who can do that, but she's, I think, with her son.
Anyone who is physically present, who can be made to become fasting. Yeah, let's do it.